The magic of a beloved story doesn't fade, it lingers, like a spell cast over your heart. Imagine a film that flopped when it hit theaters, only to rise from the ashes years later, enchanting new generations. That's the kind of story we're diving into today, a tale of nostalgia, resilience, and the pull of a character who stole our hearts decades ago. What if she returned? What if her story isn't over? Let's step back into a world of witches, childhood adventures, and the spark of possibility. Picture this. A young girl, fierce and fearless, navigating a Halloween night filled with magic and mischief. That was her. Back then, bold, curious, and unforgettable. Fans still talk about her, wondering where life took her after that wild night. Could she come back? The idea alone sends shivers of excitement. I recently heard whispers of a new chapter being written, a script that might bring her story full circle. The thought of stepping back into her shoes, it's thrilling, like reconnecting with an old friend you never forgot. But will it happen? The possibility hangs in the air, and I'm as curious as you are. Back when that movie first came out, it was a heartbreak. We poured our souls into it, every laugh, every late night scene, every moment of camaraderie on set. It was pure joy to create, but the world wasn't ready. The theaters were quiet, the reviews unkind. We were crushed. How could something so special miss the mark? But time has a way of rewriting stories. A decade later, people started quoting lines, dressing up as those characters for Halloween, and calling it a classic. It's like the movie was waiting for its moment, and when it arrived, it was unstoppable. Now, it's a cultural touchstone, a reminder that sometimes the world just needs time to catch up to something magical. If this story is tugging at your heart, please share it with someone who needs a little nostalgia today. Let's keep the magic alive. Let's rewind to another memory, a different set, a different story that also captured hearts. I was just a kid learning to ride a bike for the first time under the summer sun, surrounded by a cast of incredible women. The music, the laughter, the feeling of being part of something timeless, it was electric. That film was like a love letter to friendship, to growing up, to finding yourself. We didn't know it then, but it would become a beacon for so many, a story that still resonates. Years later, it's found new life on streaming platforms, reaching audiences who see themselves in those characters. It's proof that a good story never dies, it just waits for the right moment to shine again. But back to our witchy tale. The idea of returning to that world keeps me up at night in the best way. What would she be like now? Stronger, wiser, maybe still a little mischievous? The thought of exploring her next chapter is like opening a treasure chest of possibilities. The script is out there, floating in the ether, and I'm dying to know what's in it. Could it recapture the magic? Could it bring back that rush of nostalgia while telling a new story? That's the question that keeps us hooked, isn't it? The not knowing, the hope, the dream of something familiar yet fresh. Let's talk about something else for a moment's time, because it's a vibe all its own. Picture me stepping out in the boldest heels I've ever worn. We're talking sky-high power strutting, make a statement heels. They're surprisingly comfortable, but they mean business. The whole look started with those shoes, building up from the ground to match the mood of the night. Classy? A little funky? Ready for anything? Style is like storytelling. It's about how you feel, what you want to say without words. That night, I was saying, I'm here, I'm confident, and I might just dance my way through this party. But stairs, that's the real test. If I can conquer those without tripping, I'm basically a superhero. Here's where the suspense creeps back in. The future of that magical story is still unwritten. Will the script become a reality? Will we see her face those witches again? Or maybe pass the torch to a new generation? The uncertainty is part of the thrill. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff, waiting to leap into a world you love. Every time I think about it, I'm reminded why we tell stories, why we keep coming back to the ones that shaped us. They're not just movies. They're pieces of our hearts, snapshots of who we were and who we're becoming as the years pass. I've seen how these stories endure. That film about witches, the one about friendship there, not just nostalgic relics. They're alive, sparking joy in new fans who discover them today. It's humbling to be part of something that lasts, something that still makes people laugh, cry, or dress up in a witch hat every October. And if there's a chance to step back into that world to bring her back, I'm ready. I want to know where her story goes, and I know you do too. So here we are at the end of this journey, but it's not really the end. It's a pause, a moment to dream about what's next. If you felt that spark of magic, that pull of nostalgia, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this story with someone who loves a good tale as much as you do. Let's keep the conversation going, keep the magic alive, and maybe, just maybe, we'll see her again casting spells and stealing hearts